are you, because it's so funny. I feel like, all this talk right now about Joe Coy hosting the Golden Globes. I know Joe Coy personally. I did not watch the Golden Globes. I have to admit, I've just seen like, clips online. And I hear all these people like, oh my God, he was terrible. And I'm like, what? Like Joe Coy is so funny. I have to go and watch it now. So I'm curious if you can see yourself doing something like that. Because personally, I feel like you would kill it hosting the Golden Globes. Like I can totally see you like literally impersonating fucking everybody in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think that'd be a really fun job. I think I've seen the backlash, and listen, Joe Coy is so funny, and it just sucks that these people he had like 10 days to prepare for this. This is like one of the hardest jobs. You're supposed to make somebody laugh.
Welcome to the 81st Annual Golden Globes. I'm your host, Joe Coy. Look, I'm just taking this all in. Let me look around. I'm taking this all in. I'm so excited to be here. This is a dream come true, not just for me, but for everybody in here. We all dreamt of this moment. And look at this. Look at this room. Look around. I mean, like look around. Look, Kevin Costner's here. Kevin Costner's never here. Kevin's like in a mountain with a cow or something, but today he's here. Don Cheadle's here. I'm just looking around. Just everybody's here. Like, this is a good night. And I got the best seat in the house. When I was a kid growing up, I used to watch this show, and I would stay up late with my family, just trying to guess who would win. And every time my mom would say, "It's Meryl Streep, stupid." Who else is going to win? She wins every time. And she was right. You do. You win all the time. That's why when the Golden Globes called me and asked me if I wanted to host, I jumped to the chance and I said, yes, yes. And then they asked me if I saw every movie and every TV show, and then I said, yes. I lied. I only watched Beef. I love you, Allie. You know what I mean? It's mandatory. I'm Asian.
Actually, just from watching that, I feel like you did a good job. But I was going to say, I feel like when a lot of comedians get the chance to host something, they're not usually as funny as you're used to seeing them.
Right.
But I'm actually pretty impressed.
Funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Fine.
I thought that was funny. And listen, we're an easy audience, but these are the celebrities. And so a lot of comedians chimed in and they're like, look, it's hard to host these. You have to make celebrities laugh who are literally, this is like, what do they compare it to? They compared it to making LeBron James laugh before the fourth quarter of the game. It's like, this is their moment. They're waiting to win an award. And so it's kind of hard when they're like in their serious moment and they're trying to be beautiful. It's a hard room. Like, it's hard to make these celebrities laugh like this. I mean, and also he's so funny, but that's because he is doing his own bits on stage. It's prepared. He's got a true, hundreds of thousands of people that support him and love him. And this is not really his crowd. So it's such a hard thing for a comedian to do. I would never, I'd be so scared to do this. I think I would be so nervous before this performance. Like, I mean, it's like a 10-minute set.
I didn't think about that, though. It's like the significant difference between an audience that paid for tickets to come see you versus an audience of people that really, like, you could be anybody to them. They're not there for you. So
exactly. They're like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
I have to listen to this opening monologue.
Yeah.
It was tough because he roasted a lot of people. And there's roasts that are done well. Like Ricky Gervais, he did a really good roast of like all the celebrities. But a lot of these people, I think the backlash was like, nobody knows Joe Coy like they know Ricky Gervais, or even Cat Williams would be amazing at this. But I think it was hard for him, but I think he got way more hate than he deserved. I don't know. I
thought it was weird. I don't know. I personally it's such a long story, but I went on a trip to the Philippines with Apple from Black Eyed Peas.
Oh my God.
And he brought all of these Filipino influencers. I am not Filipino. You're probably like, why were you there? I had a song with Apple from Black Eyed Peas, and he told me, he's like, oh, we're doing this, great trip. Why don't we film the video in the Philippines? I was like, of course, I'm coming. Yeah. And so I went on this trip, and it was a lot of, really cool people, different talented people that are all Filipino. And Joe Coy was on the trip. I didn't know who he was at the time either. He looked familiar. And then I realized, I seen him on Chelsea Handler.
Yes.
And I didn't know who he was, but like within like the first like 10 minutes, you guys, I was like, I joked. I was like, and no disrespect, babes, I love you and you make me laugh too, but I joked. I was like, I'm never going to have a vacation this good again because Joe Coy's not going to be there.
He seems like the type. No.
Like, literally.
He seems like the type of guy that would just be hilarious, just like off the cuff.
Being around,
the jokes he was cracking about me, like I'm blushing now thinking about it because I was so embarrassed. But he would do jokes about everybody. He was like he was roasting everyone on the trip.
Love it.
But like I remember at the time being like, this guy's so funny. How have I not like heard of him more? And I think that's that, you know, I'm familiar with him now. And so I was like, oh, he's perfect to host this. But I think that all these people were kind of that same way I was, where it was like, who is this, you know? And so I think it was a little premature maybe in his career, but I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. Like, I think he was pretty funny, and it kind of bums me out that all these people were like, he killed it. Like, he sucks.
It's tough. It's a tough room. Actually, I think Chris Rock was hired to do this. He fell off, and so they had to hire Joe. And so I think that was another thing. But he did mention, he's like, listen, I just got booked 10 days ago. Don't expect too much. Like, the jokes you're not laughing about, I had my writers write for me. So there was some weird things he kind of like said, if you're not laughing, it's because my writers, you know, he kind of dissed his writers in a way by saying it like to the audience.
I heard about that.
So that was kind of off. But for the most part, I mean, yeah, it's how do you prepare a monologue like this in 10 days?
Chris Rock had PTSD. He was like, I'm not trying to get slapped again.
Right.
That's so funny. Wait, so okay, like, he dissed his writers, but like Joe has writers? I'm like, no, he doesn't.
Apparently for these appearances,
Like
I guess you
does?
you have like, you can choose the jokes you want to use, and yeah, you have like a team of people that will submit jokes to you. But
Okay, I didn't know that.
I don't know. It's a really tough. I would be so scared to do that job.
Dude, I'm like, well, now I'm really good at telling Joe's jokes too. I'm like, maybe I'm like somebody should write me the jokes. I'll go up there and fucking I can kill other
Dude,
people's
this
jokes.
could be your TikTok niche. We can get you a bald cap and you can just impersonate Joe Coy.
No, the funniest is like I was telling some of the jokes that Joe had told on the vacation, and people were like, yo, like, you're mad funny telling his jokes. And I was like, I am, but like also
that's
like,
how comedy thieves are born.
But also like,
wow,
I can't deliver all of these like Asian voice jokes the same. Like, we're not in like in a time where it's gonna go over as well. Like, I'm a white girl. So, like, I did find out I am part Asian through my baby's genetics. So